I had a client tell me, we just landed a $1.7 million job. We underbid it to beat the competition, but we'll make it up on the volume. I said, you don't make up margin on volume. You multiply that loss. And that's exactly what happened. They bid it tight. They won the job. They ran really hard to try to make it work. But at the end of it, their net was under 3%. After 8 months of risk, payroll, fuel, stress, and floating all the receivables, they made less than $50,000. And that was before taxes. Why? Because they didn't load overhead into their estimate. Here's what most estimates look like. Labor, $520,000. Materials, $470,000. Subcontractors, $180,000. Equipment, $60,000. Total job cost, $1.23 million. We'll mark it up 20% to $1.476 million. That sounds good, right? I'm going to make 20%. But what's missing? Overhead. You didn't include your office admin, your fuel, your software, your rent, insurance, or the 15 hours a week you'll spend solving field fires. All of that still exists. And if it's not recovered inside the job, it gets paid for with your profit or your credit card. Every single company has overhead, even if it's small. Admin wages, general liability insurance, phones, tools, equipment depreciation, tax prep, job tracking software. It's death by 1,000 cuts, unless you plan for it. So how do you fix it? You calculate your total overhead for the year. Let's say it's $480,000. If your annual revenue target is $3 million, that means every job you do needs to carry 16% of overhead. Markup needs to cover job cost, margin, and overhead. Or you're bleeding every job and calling it a win. Here's another example. Annual overhead, $480,000 for our revenue goal of $3 million. Overhead percentage is 16%. For a $250,000 job, add 16%. That's $40,000. Build that into the pricing, and margin goes on top of that, not instead of that. This is how you make sure every job pays its share of your overhead. The biggest lie I hear, we'll make it up on the next one. No, you won't. If your margin doesn't ever cover your overhead, every job you win is just putting you deeper in a hole. Here's an example for you. Job A is a bid at 10%, but your overhead's 15%. You're guaranteed to lose 5%. And that's if everything goes well. Job B, you bid it at 15%. Overhead is 15%, so you're going to break even if everything goes well. And job C, you bid it at 18% or 20%. Overhead is 15%. That's where you finally have real profit. Again, if everything goes well. But we're in construction. Nothing ever goes well. There's always a delay, a schedule problem, shipping and material problems, a labor shortage. This is the math that decides whether you grow or you grind yourself into the ground until you're out of business. Here's the truth. It's not about big misses that kill most subcontractors. It's about small margin errors repeated over and over on job after job. You didn't forget to build. You didn't forget how to build. You just weren't taught how to price like a business that has to survive. So from now on, every estimate you build, ask one question. Did I include my overhead? Because if you didn't, you're not bidding to win. You're literally bidding to go broke. Just slowly.